when I was in ninth grade, right, I had this massive test, this massive exam that it's kind of like and I won't really go into much detail, but it's like an exam that determines if you'll stay in grade 9 or you'll go up to, grade 10, basically. It determines if you'll go up a level or you will stay in grade 9. So it's a massive exam. And I have 1 week left until the exam. And I am just so worried because I literally don't understand anything at all. I don't even know what I'm gonna do on the exam, and there's 1 week left, and I'm just extremely worried. I was literally sitting on a chair. I remember this. I was sitting on a chair, scrolling on my phone, and I am just worried. Like literally, I was sweating because of how worried I was. And I'm just like panic, I'm in this panic, like what am I gonna do? Like this massive exam, I didn't study anything. But then I told myself, you know what? Just follow your routine. Just follow your routine and whatever happens, happens. So I follow my routine. And my routine, I meditate, I journal, which helps me a lot with worrying. I record these videos, I go hit a workout, which helps me a lot with worrying. I read, which also calms my brain a lot, and I study for 1 hour. And I do those 6 things, which are in my routine, every single day, and the worry just disappears. Like I just notice all my friends are like, what are we gonna do, this massive exam and all that? And I'm like, who cares? I meditated, I journaled, I worked out, I read books, I studied, so I had no reason to worry, basically. And I actually did the exam and I got a very good grade. And now I'm in grade 10, basically. The first way, and I'm just gonna be blunt, the first way to stop worrying about school or work, if you have work, is to just fucking study. Just study, man. This is literally the biggest thing that I had. I used to always worry and keep thinking, like, what am I gonna do, man? What am I gonna do? Just study. Just study the freaking thing. The reason you are worried is because you haven't studied. It's that simple. I know it sounds way too simple to be true, but I'm just gonna be honest with you, bro. You are worrying about school and work because you haven't studied. It's literally that simple. And I don't mean like you have to study for like 8 hours or 10 hours. No. But you have to just do a little bit of studying. You have to study for an hour at least. At least study for an hour, right? And this is what I did. I just studied for an hour every single day, and that made the worry disappear completely because I know, you know what? You have this like idea, you know what? I studied, I did all I could do. So whatever happens. Even if I fail, I know I studied, I know what I did, right? So just study. It's like, you know what it's like? It's like a guy who is, going to a boxing match or a UFC fight who hasn't practiced at all and just goes into the ring. Of course he's gonna be so nervous. But if he's trained, if he kept training and working on himself and improving himself and just practicing that punch and practicing that kick, every single day, he'll be so confident that he'll destroy the guy. So worrying comes from unfinished work, from undone work. I know, bro, most people are probably kicked off because they want this, this magic way, bro. I'm not gonna study, Kevin. I just want this, this fast way to stop worrying fast, and this fun way, bro. The way to stop worrying is to study. Reason you are stressed and anxious is because you have decisions to make and you're not making them. Think about this with logic, right? Think about this with logic, because I know you're a man, you haven't clicked off this video, you're a man, you're understanding, this guy's talking facts, honestly, because the reason I'm worried is because I'm not studying, right? So, let's say we have two students who have exactly the same test, right? Exactly the same test. This one studies and this one doesn't. This one, of course he's gonna worry because he hasn't studied, but this one is not gonna worry because he studied, right? It's that simple. This student studied, so he's not gonna worry because he knows he studied, so he's done all he can. But this one didn't, so of course he's gonna worry. Alright? And bro, I know this is hard. I know you don't want to study, but I promise you, the more you study, the easier it will get. I know it sucks in the beginning, but I'm just gonna be honest with you. Even if you go on YouTube and you watch a video that's on the exam, on the topic of the exam. Let's say like you have an exam about like cell structure or something. You go on YouTube, you write cell structure, and you watch a video, and that will teach you all you need. That's a form of studying. That's studying. I know, because you probably don't like reading, the text and all that, and you don't really care about the teacher explaining. Just go on YouTube, write the lesson that the exam is on, and just watch the video. And that's gonna give you all the information you need, or most of it. But the simple fact is, just study. And the more you study, the easier it will get, and the more that you will love it. And honestly, bro, like every single time I am worried about school, 95% of the time, it's because I didn't study. It's because I procrastinated and I didn't study. So of course I'm gonna worry, because I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I am running away. It's like a bodybuilder preparing for a show, but he didn't work out. So of course, he's gonna be so worried about what the judges think of him. It's that simple. Just study, bro. Just go and study. Even watching YouTube videos is studying. What happens if you are worried and you study, basically? And this is where the second thing comes in. It's basically just self-improvement. And this is the second thing, is self-improvement. The reason to focus on self-improvement is because the mind can only focus on one thing. So when you have a routine and you meditate, you journal, you study, you work out, you do all these productive things, you're focusing on them. You're not focusing on the exam. The mind can only focus on one thing, so you will not worry, basically. Bro, just like the story I said at the beginning of the video, when I focused on my routine, I stopped worrying completely. Now, yes, it was because I was studying, but also it was because I was focused on my routine. It's like a guy who sits in bed all day versus a guy who's on self-improvement. Of course, the guy who is in bed is gonna worry about the exam, but the guy who is improving himself, who's meditating, who's journaling, he doesn't even have time. He doesn't even have the mental bandwidth to worry about anything because he's focused on self-improvement. Now, the second reason to focus on self-improvement is self-improvement habits. They destroy worry in and of itself. They destroy not only your worry, but stress and depression and literally everything bad. These habits destroy it. When you meditate, when you journal, when you study or work, when you work out, when you read, all these things destroy worry. stress, depression, everything. Every single habit of these destroys worry significantly. This is basically how you destroy worry in school and work. Just study, focus on self-improvement. And as always, we're in this together and we're gonna make it. Promise you, we're gonna make it together. Peace, take care.